Hello everyone, we're back with Higanbana no Saku Yoru, translated to mean the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night, also known as just Higanbana. I memorized that now, I didn't even have to look at the translated name. So yeah, it's actually been like, what, 2 weeks since I last recorded? I've been wanting to, I just haven't had the chance really. I'm kind of hoping to be able to finish this up tonight. If not this episode, then the next, which hopefully I can do 2 in one night. Because my backlog is almost non-existent. Like, I just uploaded episode 10 of Higanbana. This is 13, right? Or 14. One of those. And I have like 5 Final Fantasy videos left. I haven't uploaded a Grand Order video in like 2-3 weeks. So I have some recording to do. I'm hoping to finish this up tonight. Maybe do a Final Fantasy 10 video tonight? Who knows? Anyway. He opens the staff room door. Right, Hikaru got called to the staff room. He just had a conversation with Higanbana about like the ethics of eating meat and how that relates to his punishment of the bunnies. Which is kind of weird to see Higanbana take a more moral stance, I guess. But we'll see how it plays out, I guess. Also, I forgot if I mentioned this last time. I hate that humans eat meat argument. Just because it's used so often in media. Like, yeah, also, like, it applies to basically everyone's life, unless you're a vegetarian. But, still. Like, how much of the world is a vegetarian, you think? Like, not more than 10%, I'd say. That's just a wild guess, though, so who knows. Anyway, he opens the staff room door. There are other teachers there, aside from Imada-sensei, but they are all showing fatigued faces with low spirits. Among them, many seem busy dealing with phone calls. They weren't just easing the minds of the missing children's parents, but they're constantly flooded with concerned and complaining voices of other guardians. And it seemed they also had to deal with answering questions from the mass media, among other problems. Suddenly catching his eye, in the corner of the staff room were the remaining live rabbits. Or rather, the real rabbits from the cages. A simple fort made from many stacked cardboard boxes. Oh, so it's a new cage. I was about to question. So, I assume the bunny cage they have at the school is like big enough to walk into. And, you know, this one is a new one, like it's saying. Newspapers are spread out inside, and that completed the temporary living space for the rabbits. That reminded him. He felt he had heard that after the incident, they were temporarily moved to the staff room. After glancing at the rabbits, without another thought, Hikaru went over to Himada-sensei's chair. What is it, sensei? The teacher raised his head. As I thought, you could tell by his face that he's tired. He might not have gotten much sleep either. Well, it's about this rabbit cage thing. My heart leaped out of my chest. Is leaped a word? I know leapt is, but it could be one of those cases where we both work. Or one works in some situation, and you know. Anyway, there's no way he could know. There's no way he could know. But what I did in those rabbit cages. It must have been a shock, since you cared so much for them. It's enough to make you sick, right? In an instant, Hikaru's defenses dropped and his nerves melt away. Right, of course. There's no way he would have been able to tell what I did. Yes, it's truly cruel. Wondering how someone could do something like that. Hikaru said without making any particular expression. At a time like this, it's best to keep a straight face. Afterwards, you'll leave it to Imada to figure out what it means. He must be hurting, or in reality, he probably wants to cry, and the like. The teacher's words were completely following Hikaru's hypothesis. Hikaru was holding back from bursting into laughter with everything he had. Well then, Nihei. This hasn't exactly been decided yet, but I think that rabbit cage is going to be removed before long. Is that so? That's also something Hikaru predicted. It didn't matter to him. It's the place that they let me utilize for my extreme recreation, but I no longer had any use for the real rabbits, nor their cage. Because now, for me, no, for us, the school itself has become one giant rabbit cage. I knew he was going to say that! I know it's unfortunate for you, Nihei, but I think the sooner we get rid of the rabbit pens... Nihei? I don't... Japan, can you stop putting, like, vowels next to other vowels? The sooner the shocked children can forget what happened. Because they were killed so terribly like that. Well, that may be. But, how should I put it? We teachers can't really explain it well either, you see? Explanation? What are you talking about? His teacher put his arms behind his head, groaned, and stared up at the ceiling. The students in the lower grades, well, they're flooding their teachers with questions. Like who the culprit is? No, that's not it. But why the rabbits were killed so monstrously like that? Children that young can't possibly understand why it happened. In other words, we can't explain to them what men of evil intent are. Men of evil intent? Said we teachers are born with kind hearts as human beings, and we live and help one another. It has been said over and over for ages. To those very young children who have come to believe in that, they can't understand this evil intent that led someone to gruesomely murder rabbits. Who and why would someone do something this cruel? How could someone do something so brutal? When they ask these questions, even we teachers can't answer them. Dude, you're about to trigger Hikaru. Watch out. The irrationality of evil intent. Something not even the teachers can understand. For young children passing their days happily surrounded by the love of their parents and the affection of their friends, it's far too early for them to conceptualize the irrationality of evil intent. This world isn't just full of good people. There are bad people too. There are a lot of irrational evil intent that can't be explained nor understood. Even after becoming adults, they won't understand. They have this thrust upon them. These children have a confrontation with something that is incomprehensibly terrifying, and many collapse from the terrible mental shock. We're powerless. Can't even explain evil intent to these kids. Hikaru is somewhat amazed. If this world is made of good and evil, then evil intent is the component that makes up half of it. Doesn't being unable to explain that basically mean being unable to understand half the world? Countless unreasonable evil intentions whirled around inside the classrooms. An outsider can't understand this pure, simple, and unreasonable evil intent. Unable to understand that, how dare they put themselves on the lectern? Well, that's enough talk about the rabbit cages. I have something else to talk about. Nihei? Nihei? I'm just gonna say Nihei. Did you want to do a little something else? Yes? I get that we're changing the topic, but what could it be about? While scratching his head as if it was hard to talk about, the teacher has a smile that is hard to read. Just by looking at that, I can see that this is going to be a real topic of concern. His real topic of concern. Well, would you mind getting along with the rest of your class a bit more? I mean, how are you gonna ask a kid that? Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, oh yeah, sure, my bad. Although, this could be, us seeing something that Hikaru hasn't narrated to us. Huh? Getting along? Is that directed at me? Not to my classmates that bully me? Didn't you throw away Kinoshida's notebook? I heard you said, someone this stupid doesn't need something like this. Threw it in the garbage in front of everyone? Hikaru, did you do that? That Kinoshida kid came to us in tears. Furthermore, after that, didn't you distribute copies of your notes to everyone in class? Saying notes should be done like this. If you want, use them for reference. That's a bit snobby. That's the best word I could think of, but that's still helpful. What is he trying to say, I wonder? He's trying to be like, hey, this is how I take notes. See, now you can learn from me. Good intentions, right? Seems almost like he's making me out to sound like a bad guy. So you did the first thing? I really did throw away Yuko Kinoshida's notebook. But that was because Yuko was a stupid girl who couldn't study. Or because she didn't understand how to take efficient notes at all. Hikaru. Making a list of snippets written on the blackboard, just making a list of bold vocabulary written in the textbook, it's like a scribble book and crude. It was much better to throw that crap away. Judging it to be so, Hikaru threw away Yuko's notebook as if doing her a favor. Of course, no matter how kind it might have been, Hikaru had no choice but to be condemned based on just throwing a notebook away. Because after that, he thought clearly about Yuko, copied his notes, and brought them as example materials. Furthermore, since it was a good opportunity, he didn't do it just for Yuko, but made copies for the entire class. Our classroom is called the worthless class by other classrooms, because compared to other classes, our grades are extremely bad. Regardless of being the top of his age grade in his test scores, the class average was slumping. Hikaru always thought that was annoying, so this was something he was driven to do for the sake of the class and thinking for the good of everyone. Even so, Hikaru was condemned. What for? Thought he was full of himself. What? In Hikaru's mind, he remembered something one of his classmates he murdered the other day said. That guy, I'm gonna wring his neck. Even after doing what he did that one time, he still isn't sorry at all. What did he mean by sorry? I was doing Yuko Kinoshida a favor by throwing away your notes. Since you people don't like me throwing your notes away, it's bullying. After doing something unreasonable like that, what the heck are you telling me to be sorry about? I mean, weren't you saying that they were throwing away your notes and it was bowling? It was his notebook that they threw away, right? His teacher continued further with a lecturing tone. Sorry, I'm back. It's true that you have good grades, but the smart ones don't do things like flaunting it in front of other students. That's what I think. Hikaru's head suddenly froze over. What is my teacher? This guy really trying to say? Well, you think? You don't really care at all. Yeah, Hikaru doesn't curse. He's a good boy. If you weren't so incompetent in the first place, this class wouldn't be filled with idiots, would it? Instead, son, do you even know what I've been through? Despite not noticing those incidents of bullying in class at all, despite not even looking. Furthermore, just by listening to Yuko Kinoshita's wailing, he feels he understands the situation. What a stupid guy! This guy just said he couldn't explain evil intentions to kids. Those words are just proof of this guy's incompetence. Who do you think killed those rabbits? Some degenerate in town? Some college student who snaps easily under stress? You're wrong. It's me! The kid standing right in front of your eyes. The one who cornered me into doing it were these kids too. Children already understand malice. Every day, they live with evil far more spectacularly than you adults do. Do you not understand that, you incompetent twit? I knew that you went almost every day to the rabbit pen. Since you're a member of the animal raising committee, couldn't it just be that you said, yeah, sure, I'll do it? I always thought that you were so admirable. I mean, isn't that exactly what happened? I knew you were actually a kind person. You know that? Hikaru just about laughed. Sure, you know I go by the rabbit cage. Can't borrow the key to get in unless I talk to you. But that's all. You only handed it over to me for business. It's not like you were concerned about me. Much less about the rabbits. Yet, now you're saying such a far-fetched thing so well. You don't know what I was actually doing in those cages, do you? There is evil intent there too. You just didn't notice it. So, you could step up a bit more and make some friends, right? His expression as he peered at Hikaru's face was that of probing. I wanted to crush those eyes into a pulp. Yes, I'll try my best. Sorry for a lot of things. Hikaru's entirely half-hearted response still elicited a broad grin from the incompetent teacher. Oh, that's great. I thought you'd understand. He happily slapped my back. I wanted to rip that hand off with all my strength. Oh, that's right. Today I'm on night watch and will be at the school late. So if after school, if you like seeing those rabbits, you can come here anytime. We don't know how long it'll be until you can see them again. Thank you very much, Imada-sensei. Hikaru briskly left the staff room. He couldn't handle any more of that mockery of a meeting. At the same time as he closed the door, he crouched down in the corridor, clenching his teeth, to the point that one could hear a grating sound. Doing that, he desperately repressed a voice from bursting out. Incompetent, inept, clumsy, stupid dummy of a teacher. There we go. It's because that simple-minded dope is our homeroom teacher that our class is falling behind. He didn't even realize that I was meaninglessly being tormented. Yet he listened to some girl complain and go so far as to lecture me. Seems to me the next rabbit has already been decided. In the hall with nobody... Was that Hamlet talking? In the hall with nobody around, as though it was perfectly natural, the cool-faced Hamlin stood. Hikaru drew closer to Hamlin as if to grab him. Right now! Turn that guy into a rabbit, that brainless teacher into the staff room. If it's your desire, it could turn any number of people into rabbits. However, cannot listen to your current request. Why? Have you forgotten? It's because I am Hamlin of the music room, am I not? Huh. That's right. If they're in the music room, it could turn anyone into a rabbit. But in any other location, people won't want to listen to my castanets. It's my policy to be connected with the music room at night. Then we're in luck. Today, he said he'll be on duty. He should be here until late this night. Then, if I bring him into the music room, the story of Hamlet's castanets shall repeat once again. I'll turn any tens of thousands of your enemies into rabbits if it's your desire. Hikaru started thinking. It'd be some time until the sun would set. As long as Imada was staying until night, Hikaru could easily entice him into the music room. It's pretty far removed from that staff room until here. Calling him to the music room at night would be quite unnatural. At worst, you could be told to hurry home for being in school when it's pitch black out. Hamlin had no intention of doing his work anywhere but in the music room. So, how would I lure my victim into the music room? I wonder, that was a sudden music transition, how did I leave that incompetent teacher secluded in the staff room, probably writing logs, into the music room? Oh, I'm clever. Without breaking Hamlin's policy, how could I turn that teacher in the staff room into a rabbit? An idea flashed into my mind. Make the staff room a music room! I told Hamlin my idea, and he let out a happy voice. You shook up on my really fun idea. I see, if you do that, I'm gonna have to lend you my powers. I knew I was right in choosing you as my partner. You really are a smart one, Hikaru-kun. Hearing that, Hikaru let out a satisfied smile. That's right, I really am smart. Well, what's the idea? It's after school. The sun will set before long. Until after the last minute, the library room was about to close down. Hikaru headed straight for the staff room. I have a feeling this plan is going to fail. Because look, if they kill another teacher, they're not going to have enough teachers left to teach everyone. It's obvious. They can't kill another one. That's why the plan is going to fail. But since they haven't told us the plan is going to come very close to being a success. That's how that works. It's the secret to plans in any media. If they tell you the plan beforehand, it fails because there has to be some sort of suspense. And if they don't tell you the plan, it's going to succeed because you don't know the plan, so you can't be anxiously waiting for the plan to, you can't anticipate it failing if you don't even know the plan. However, I imagine the plan's going to work. He's going to be turned into a rabbit, but then Higanbana is going to show up. Maybe Marie too. They're going to be like, yo! Anyway, till the last minute the library room was about to close, Hikaru headed straight for the staff room. School at night looked completely different than it did in the day. It wasn't just the lighting or atmosphere that was different, but it was as if each building had wandered into their own separate worlds. He walked quickly down the dim hallway. He can't hold back his need to hurry. As he was listening to the sound of the echoes of his own footsteps going tap tap, Hikaru remembered. What tense is this in? This is present tense, now it's past tense. Whether or not he was properly preparing to take someone's life? You don't seem to understand that you're killing. Those are the words of that strange, raven-haired girl. Tonight, I'll be once again killing a single rabbit. I'll once again kill a single rabbit. The teacher will be swallowed by Hamlin's ghost story and disappear. Ask Tomlin to turn him into a rabbit. That was the same as saying kill him. Someone without the bravery to do things by their own hands can indulge in a ghost story. That way their hands don't get dirty. Are you calling me a coward? Are you saying I don't know what it means to kill? Is that what you want to say? If humans are going to take human lives, do they need to be properly prepared and should be ready to endure the consequences? I'm not a coward. When I torture those rabbits to death, it's because I don't want to treat them the same as human beings. It's not like I want to run away from the fact I'm killing people by killing rabbits or anything like that. I kill them without even treating them like humans. That's my way. Going beyond even murder. This is my ultimate revenge. That's right. That is extremely important to me. Indeed. Should I do something worthy of that revenge? Are you saying I don't understand what it means to kill? Well, I understand. I understand with all 5 senses what it means to kill. I've changed people into rabbits that can't even cry. I've had that feeling of stepping on their faces, trembling, cutting off their ears and scissors. That feedback when piercing their eyes with a drafting compass. Felt everything, and I understand. That was proof that I truly hated irrational evil intent. I had it. I had the right to feast. I'm charged with hatred. In the name of revenge, I'm prepared to kill. Is that really so, I wonder? It's Rena! Suddenly, I heard a laughing voice. It's her. The thing that took on a upperclassman's form. A yokai. She was waiting for me in the staff room. The vital Imada wasn't here. I wonder where he's wandered off to. He's in my way, so I sent him off to wander a bit. He won't come back for a while. She talks just like she's read my mind. Just, what are you? The words that finally escaped my mouth trembled and seemed pathetic even to me. Now that you mention it, I haven't given my name, but I'm sure it's a name you've heard before. Excuse me, what are your intentions? School yokai of the 3rd rank, dancing Higanbana senpai. I turned around to the voice at my back. Suddenly Hamlin was standing there. This is our prey. Yamada Sensei isn't your prey, is he? Oh, typo. It's even right there, like... Yes, that's true. He's not my prey. And what is your business? At any rate, I am a powerless yokai. Like the 8th rank school yokai. I'm a being whose story still hasn't caught on in the minds of the students yet. I have no direct knowledge at all of your comings and goings. Oh jeez. I don't have a speck of interest in the hunt of a bottom tier yokai like you, but you've been a bit too flashy, you see? This is surprising. The night has finally been dyed in darkness. I just thought of doing my duty as a yokai. Yet you find I'm being too flashy? That's right. It's also our only duty. But we have unwritten rules, and I have my own unwritten rules. And you've stepped a bit over the line as a newcomer yokai. Understand? Dear, oh dear. What is it we have done to upset you so? A newcomer being too flashy, is that it? That's it. Someone at the status of a newcomer needs to learn a little respect. I'm terribly sorry, senpai. By the way, I'm Hamlin. If you look at it this way, for a very long time, I've wanted to politely pay my respects. Oh, is that so? Sorry to say this despite my social status, but everyone in the 8 seats of the school yokai, aren't they a little soft? Soft? Me? Everyone in the 8 ranks. I've been watching the school under the cover of night for a long time, and I've watched everyone hunt. Those hunts are quite reserved, weak, and pitiful. You sure can talk, can't you, Mr. Underclass? Why don't you shroud the school in the fear of darkness and drain it? You should have all the power to do that. You can even pretend there are accidents, sickness, and the sort. All of your hunts, how pathetic they are. Where do the respect and fear for the school yokai go to? Even with 8 ghost stories, I don't think you can scare these children at all. And so, the Somlin, in order to restore back to the night of the school and its demons, has stood up. What do you think? In a single hunt, the school is already being ruled by fear. Tonight the number of victims shall increase once more. No, we shall have more and more victims. Exhausting the limits of Hikaru's hatred, Hikaru-kun's hatred, our music room shall bring more victims one after another. I can read. Is it fun, being with a yokai? Before too many days pass, this terror will not stop at this school, but will drive this entire city into the very depths of horror. And eventually, the sound of castanets from the music room will be added to the palette of fear, and a new legend known as Hamlin's Castanets will be born. What do you think? Rather than Meso-Meso-san's unsatisfying tale about the victimization of a single teacher in our restroom, mine will make a much more wonderful and terrifying story. Don't you think? I don't know who you're trying to provoke. You didn't defeat Maria and take the 8th rank for yourself, yeah? Yes! Of course! That's in English. Well, let's not forget that the yokai did not endorse Maria Moria for the 8th rank. Should I tell more terrifying than Maria's takeover? Well, I thought it was unanimous. Huh. In our school class, there are those who argue that we should switch Maria out with a new 8th rank. So you must have been invited by someone in that group to this school. Am I right? Maria Moria isn't an appropriate yokai for this school. So make me the new 8th mystery of this school. Hamlin of the music room. Hamlin's castanets. Okay, we can play the credits now. It's over. This new tale will jump to the top of all 8 stories. I'll greatly expand my power from hunting. Then before long, I'll exterminate Meso-Meso-san with true power. And then I'll become the true 8th mystery. Hamlin, no. It'll become a new school horror story. If anyone gets in our way, even if it's a yokai, we won't show them mercy. No matter how terrifying a yokai you might be, you're no match for us. No one can stand against Hamlin's castanets. Hikaru spat out a show of courage with everything he had. Huh. Then Higanbana could stand it no longer. Oh, I don't even have to do the laugh. His laughter started out elegantly. By the end of it, it turned into a laugh that shook everything in the staff room as if it were coming from the depths of hell. Hearing that for the first time, Hikaru began to tremble once more. Wanting to fight against it, he shouts, Hamlin! Turn this girl into a rabbit! Yes! Hamlin's castanets! He has to shout the power before he uses it. This isn't the music room, you know? Higanbana threw back her hair and laughed. A tornado burst from her center, scattering paperwork. It showed them a scene not unlike a blizzard from hell. Hamlin, what are you doing? Hurry and turn her into... Ah! The blizzard of dancing papers was drawing a spiral in the middle of the staff room. Gestured Hamlin like a giant white serpent, and wrapped around him, constricting him. Then Hamlin turned himself into what seemed like a giant tiger formed from a large quantity of papers. With only his head peeking out, everything underneath his neck was completely constricted by the tremendous amount of paperwork. Someone under the title of Hamlin of the music room, picking if I was the dancing Higanbana of the staff room. You just cracked me up. Hamlin, I thought she was the dancing Higanbana of the nurse's room. Hamlin! Why don't you try worrying about yourself rather than others? Hikaru Nihei-kun. Higanbana's ruthless eyes shot through Hikaru. Are you planning on sicking Hamlin on me and removing yourself from the situation? To try and ask Hamlin to turn me into a rabbit. That's the same as you trying to kill me. If you try to kill me, then you must be prepared to be killed. Help me. You're still like this? It seems you still don't understand what it means to kill. Did you properly listen to what I said? The meaning of killing. Having the resolution and bearing the consequences. Have you thought about it yet? Slowly, Higanbana drew nearer. Hikaru's legs were frozen, still stuck to the ground. Surrounded in the commotion of a pure white paper maelstrom, in front of the yokai nearing step by step, he couldn't so much as fall on his backside. Right. You think you understand? Higanbana was perfectly reading Hikaru's mind. Once you'd come to Hikaru, and read how prepared this particular murder was, you sneered with laughter. I have the qualifications to eat. I have the resolution to kill, out of revenge and hatred. Hence, I truly understand, with all 5 senses, what it means to kill. That feeling of stepping on a face, the trembling of cutting off ears with scissors, that moment of impact when you pierce your eyes with a drafting compass. I felt everything, and I understand. That's your resolve? That's how you understand killing? What are you even saying you've experienced? Even though you can't even remember the actual feeling of tearing up a rabbit's flesh? So what on earth are you saying like that? What experience? What kind of resolution is that? Her laughter and the whirlwind simultaneously became like a tempest. And as the commotion blew over, Hikaru swallowed. In that instant, his world was wrapped in a silent darkness. You killed people, you know? Do you truly know what that means? Even though she should have been talking in front of his eyes, he heard Higanbana's voice from what seemed like somewhere far, far away. And it seemed dreadfully quiet. Fraught with distortion, it changed to sound like it was from a synthesizer. His skin was covered in goosebumps. He trembled with fear. Suddenly, Hikaru realized his right hand was clasping something. That was a stationery set. Scissors, a compass, a box cutter. They're the tools he'd executed the rabbits with. They shouldn't be here. I swear I threw them out. That day, I killed them all and washed away the blood. I tossed them into a bin at a convenience store. So then why... At that time, he sensed the smell of the earth. It mixed in with the stink of animals. This is... Slowly, the pitch-black world faded away. The wind on his cheeks. Open air. The striking smell of animals. He was astonished by looking around the area. It was not the staff room they'd been in until now. The place surrounded by rusted over wire mesh was the rabbit cage. No, it can't be. The rabbit's pen should be off limits. And even the tape that should be around the cage wasn't there. And then, in the corner of the rabbit pen, he could see shadows of something. Now, for an instant he thought they were rabbits. That was wrong. There were shadows far, far larger. What? Did he get turned into a rabbit? Are they people? Or is he not a rabbit, but they're still people? Staring into the dim light, Hikaru realized what their true forms were and nearly screamed. They were the classmates that Hikaru supposedly killed that night. My, everybody, we must be so restrained. To experience and understand killing? That's what you're prepared to experience when you commit murder, isn't it? Thus we must properly help you remember it, one person at a time. Hikaru finally began to realize what it was that Higanbana was trying to do from here on. That's right, this is a scene from your past. The scene of when you killed them that night. However, there's only one difference, they're actually human this time. That is, from here on, the ones that you will slaughter will not rabbits, but as they really are. Suddenly, he remembered his classmates' names. Osamu Tabuchi, Shinichi Makishima, Yosuke Nishito, Shunsuke Nagashima. They crouched groveled on the ground, begging for forgiveness with their eyes and staring at Hikaru from below. Their eyes were black. On that night, the eyes he saw were not a rabbit's red eyes, but the same black eyes as Hikaru's. Come, experience it now. You said it yourself. Experience it with all 5 senses. Regardless of Hikaru's will, his hand grasped the compass tightly. It's the same feeling as a marionette. Even though it's his own body, he could not fight against anything. Of course, because this is a scene of the past. It's a scene that has already happened. Hikaru's body was only faithfully reproducing it. Hikaru pinned down Osamu Tabuchi's face. In class, he was known by his nickname Tabuchin. And into that man's fleeting gaze, right in the middle, he thrust the needle of the compass deeply into his eyeball. A terrible scream was fired from Osamu Tabuchi's throat. It was a repulsive shriek to hear. Yet Hikaru could not forgive even. Yet Hikaru could not forgive him. Okay, I missed the him. Even if he plugged his ears. That is what it means to experience murder. The one everyone called Tabuchin was now writhing about, clutching his eye. Next, Hikaru wanted to cut off the fingers of Yosuke Nishito's right hand. His nickname was Nishiyan. The type who had many female friends. Cutting the fingers with a box cutter was a considerably laborious task. The blade was damaged by the vicious liquid, and each time he would stubbornly draw it out. Finally, with a squish, he'd lop it off. That squishy sensation, as it was, crept up Hikaru's back. Of course, on that evening, Hikaru was not satisfied with just one finger. Just like that, with the other fingers. Squish, squish. Then I kicked Shinsuke Nagashima. I trampled him. His stomach, his back, and his face. There's a soccer player with the same name as him, so he also likes soccer. So I treated him like a soccer ball. Even when his entire body turned purple, I kept trampling him. I kicked and trampled the nearly dead Shinsuke Nagashima's stomach. I repeated this over and over again. Finally, I felt as though I had broken through something with my legs. Every time I kicked his stomach, blub blub, a thick something came overflowing from his mouth. Makishima's nickname was Shinichi-chan. I brought the scissors to Shinichi-chan's ears. Shinichi-chan. I'm trying to say that. Snip, snip. After one go of cutting, the blades of the scissors became worthless. So I violently grabbed the dangling ear that had been cut, and I ripped and tore it off. And on that night, I laughed. Fearing the blood-stained cage, thinking that there would still be more executions to come, with a wicked grin, I convulsed with laughter. Is this it? My experience of murder. Just then, Hikaru was thrown down on the cold floor of the staff room. Confetti that had been flying wildly about until just moments ago was now on the ground floor. Yeah! While tumbling on the floor, Hikaru screamed as loud as his voice would allow. A shriek from the pit of his gut as if he had lost his mind. Already now, Hikaru's spirit seemed to be spoiled. The horrendous acts he performed with his own hands filled him with regret. He continued screaming like a beast. Soon, that voice changed to an apology. I'm sorry. Whether those words were directed at the classmates he had killed, or the teacher had planned to kill, or even their habits he continued to abuse, even Hikaru didn't know. Even saying this, he didn't think he would be forgiven. But he wanted to say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. His weeping at last made him vomit. To the point of thinking he was spitting out his own intestines. Hikaru continued to throw up. Feeling quite adorable. I apologize, but you seem to be apologizing to the wrong person. That's not enough to answer for your crimes, I'm afraid. Higanbana's expression warped into a wicked smirk. Hikaru was now truly realize how unprepared he was for murder. Just as I expected from Higanbana-senpai, be able to break my adorable partner so easily. Makes me wonder that you'd play with such a stupid and delicate kid. Even though Hikaru-kun was a perfect fit to my spiritual wavelength, as suitable as my limbs, well, your limbs are a bit... They don't have lines. It's quite the menial task to find a child willing to become my pawn. Is that what you desire? Then I can rip and tear you to pieces right here. Higanbana's bewitching smile was judging the restrained Homlin. Just then, with a ripping, crackling sound, A section of the documents that had been restraining Hamlin were torn into pieces. The restraint on his right arm was destroyed. Oh my, you surprised me. I don't think even one arm could escape my binding. Too much time has passed, Senpai. Seems the one who will be ripped and torn into pieces will be you. In his hand was a castanet. Click, 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 click. What kind of farce is this? This is the staff room. The castanet's powers are not supposed to manifest outside the music room, correct? They just like wheeled in like a piano onto like some symbols in the staff room, so it's a music room now. Yes, that's correct. But now, where do you think the room we're in now is? Should be the staff room. If you think that, then why don't you take a look at the nameplate? That's so stupid. You're saying your powers will be shown just by what looks like a joke? You're quite the half-hearted yokai. From a crevice in the sliding door, Higanbana could see the nameplate. She gave us a bitter smile. Previously, a nameplate that our red staff room had been hanging, but that inexplicably had been changed to a sign that read music room. This was Hikaru-kun's idea. In case it were difficult to lure Imada-sensei, she began to have to change the staff room into the music room. When Hikaru visited the staff room, he dismantled the sign from the music room, changed it out. According to that sign, this is the music room. This is my territory. Now become one with my adorable rabbits. Hamlin's castanets! He has to yell that every time he uses the attack, of course. Except back when he turned the kids. The rabbits. Click clack, clickety clack, clickety clack, clack clack. The cursed castanet's magic powers condensed around Higanbana. How long is this going to go on? I thought it was going to be over by now. Just like Alice, who drank the shrinking potion, Higanbana's body shrank before their eyes. Finally, that form was completely changed to our rabbit with the same red eyes as her. At the same time, the restraints around Hamlin came apart. The bundle of documents crumbled down with a rustle. Hamlin's newly freed arms dangled heavily. Doesn't look like it to me. And he gripped the rabbit Higanbana with one hand. Now that you're like this, the third ring dancing Higanbana-senpai is ruined. You didn't realize this had become the music room. That was your downfall. He put even more power into squeezing the ears he'd picked her up by. Then, as she grappled, he looked at Hikaru, who was covered in vomit, smacked his lips. How disappointing. Even though I found such a tractable human. Looks like I have no choice but to throw you out after you've been broken that perfectly. So sorry, Hikaru-kun. Those words did not reach Hikaru's ears. Hikaru was nauseous with what felt like vomit up to his head. And inside that, he was praying for somebody, anybody to kill him. Very well then. Shall grant your wish to the utmost of my ability. This is my gratitude in regards to these results. If it weren't for your work, I'd not have been able to knock out dancing Higanbana-senpai. As thanks to you, I was able to claim the third ring seat. While Hamlin's smile became more and more wicked, he raised the rabbit Higanbana higher. I plan on releasing the rabbits from their cage. What can I do with Higanbana-senpai? I don't know if you'll turn back to your original form when your power comes back. Well, you can't do a thing in this shabby form. She'll firmly finish you off. Not cruel like Hikaru-kun. Just a word. I'm only gonna swallow you and toss you into my stomach. Looking up at the rabbit Higanbana he lifted up, Hamlin's mouth burst open with a splitting sound. He had a huge mouth able to easily swallow her head to toe. I can't move my arms or legs. I, the dancing Higanbana. Oh, even as a rabbit, you're able to talk? I'm surprised. However, you're unable to do anything. You're right. The most I'm able to do is move just my mouth. Well then, at least allow me to hear your death screams. Very well. Very well, Higanbana-senpai. Very well? You really think you've won? Against you, it's enough to just move my mouth. Hamlin opened his hand. The rabbit leapt headlong into Hamlin's open wide mouth. Whoa! What is this jam? It's the final boss music. Yeah! For a moment, it was unknown whose scream it was. The only thing that was certain was that it was not Higanbana's death scream. Inside his stomach, it's in the music room. It's genius. There's only one long stream of fresh blood running from the wall of the staff room. Either it's that, or Higanbana's real body's in the nurse's room, so this doesn't count. It's one of those. It was a bizarre spectacle. Hamlin, whose mouth had opened wide to swallow the rabbit Higanbana, was convulsing. Oh no! Did she bite his tongue or something? Was convulsing with his eyes wide open and groaning. From that mouth, a rabbit jumped out. It was dragging something out of its mouth. That was Hamlin's tongue. Covered in fresh blood, the rabbit Higanbana sunk her teeth into Hamlin's tongue and ripped it out along with her. Moreover, the only thing that could be called a tongue was the top portion of what Higanbana was holding. Along with his tongue were Hamlin's inner organs writhing ominously. Yokai have organs? Hamlin had his tongue, his intestines, everything torn out by Higanbana. Go! Hamlin's eyes were wide and his entire body trembled violently. Saying you want to chase after Marie to become the 8th rank? Saying you try to knock me out to become the 3rd rank? As to be expected from such a boastful man, your tongue was truly splendid. Please tell me one last thing. Who called you to this school? Marie is my very important friend. I won't forgive anybody who will try to drive her away. Tell me that name. Ah, it's impossible. Since you had your tongue and organs ripped out, you can't even satisfy me with a reply. Really well, Hamlin. Your story will never remain in this school. Shalick, rip, 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 snap. Look at that smug smile. The shadow of a desk, a terrible sound came as fresh blood splattered out. From there, Higanbana slowly rose and showed herself. It was the look of a Western doll. And Hamlin was no longer anywhere. How unfortunate. Rabbits have quite a large appetite. Did you not know that? Higanbana laughed with an air of composure, while staring at Hikaru, who was still on the floor. Oh, your face looks just like one half awake after a nightmare. But you know, a true nightmare has yet to begin. I'm the dancing Higanbana, the 3rd rank of the school yokai, and I'm a particularly cruel yokai. Do you think I'd overlook you and take my leave of you? What more do you want? Do you think that killing someone would be something you could fully experience just like that? What you actually experienced was only the human's side. What do you mean? That's... Click. Those were the castanets that Hamlin had. Now take him on his hands. What's the matter? What are you so afraid of? This shouldn't mean anything outside of the music room, right? No, this is the staff room. It is a music room, isn't it? Click, 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 click. Understanding what Higanbana was scheming, Hikaru understood that the nightmare he had had was only beginning. Hikaru only experienced what it felt to kill as a human. He still hadn't experienced being killed as a rabbit. Oh, don't worry. Your soul isn't to my liking. That's why I won't take your life. That's why I won't allow you to experience being killed. What I will allow you to experience is what is called torment. As Higanbana spoke, she grew large enough that he had to look up to her. The desks became huge, exactly like a humongous building. Higanbana suddenly grabbed the rabbit Hikaru and raised him up. Then, he's taken to the corner of the staff room, and it became the rabbit cage, where the remaining rabbit's cardboard home was. He had plenty of experience abusing rabbits, so this time, how about we let you experience the other side? Stop it, please, forgive me! I can't forgive you, because I'm an exceptionally cruel yokai, but, very well, especially for you, I'll give you one chance. Raised up rabbit Hikaru, rose up above the real rabbits. Chance? That's right, a chance. What kind of chance? Apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To whom are you apologizing and what for? That's... Higanbana saying Uh-oh, he screwed up. Higanbana released her hand and dropped the rabbit Hikaru on top of all the other rabbits. Young. Well, goodbye, Hikaru Nihei-kun. This is how you can stay with your beloved rabbits until you die. I don't know what kind of zoo you'll be sent to, but hopefully it isn't with an ill-tempered animal raising committee member. Wait! Hikaru potted the cardboard railing, trying to get out, but in this rabbit's body, it was impossible. Wait. Hikaru's words gradually began to fade away. Rabbits cannot cry out. There's no way they can speak human words. But still, he desperately continued to scream, Wait! At Higanbana. Then at that time, he realized he felt the gaze of countless somethings. The owners of those gazes were rabbits. The rabbits that Hikaru continued to abuse. Not a single one of them was stirring. They were motionless. Countless red eyes were watching Hikaru. What is with these guys? Finally, the rabbits slowly began to step up to Hikaru. Slowly, as though surrounding him. Hikaru attempted to back away, but was cornered in the corner of the cardboard. What the heck are these guys trying to do? In that time, Higanbana gave him an answer. Everybody's welcoming you. Looks like they're excited that such a cute little guy like you has joined them. Excited? Did you know about rabbits? How do you say that one? Copulate? I don't actually know. Hey, Google! Copulate. Okay. That's what I thought it was at first, but last time I read that word, I was like, it's not pronounced. I thought that would be stupid. But no, okay. With the same sex as well. That's not. Okay. Hikaru's now large ears are being blown about by the feverish, enthusiastic breath of the rabbits. Hikaru is frozen by those wide open crimson eyes. The other rabbits have quite a strong libido. I wonder if that's true. Okay, sure. Higanbana disappeared into the darkness of the hallway, along with a light laughter. The door to the staff room was thrown open and closed on its own. At the same time as that sound, the rabbits all simultaneously leapt upon Hikaru. Okay. Exclamation marks. Rabbits cannot cry. Rabbits cannot even scream. It's just like the torment that Hikaru preferred of his own victims. Okay, I'm assuming Marie's gonna show up here with the Higanbana, maybe? Well, the school had been completely enveloped in the darkness of the night. The silence dominated as though not a living soul were around. Higanbana's form could be found gazing up at the large moon from the rooftop. Someone apologizes, you should forgive them, eh? Even though it wasn't as if she were asking anyone, Higanbana muttered this. Well, why don't you try thinking it over in hell? After all, you wanted to ruin my clothes with your snot and tears. Higanbana laughed. The moon was a cruel white. There's no warmth and only the cold remained. Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. Okay. I was kind of thinking the rabbits there were being like, hey, that's the guy that abused us. We can recognize him even though he's a rabbit now. Let's get him, boys. But, I mean, that's like rabbits do what rabbits do, I guess. I mean, oh, what's the name of the next one called? One Girl's Day. We haven't seen the Rika face yet, who I know exists, so maybe it's her. So we have 2 chapters left. Almost done, huh? Thematically, though, like, that chapter went for a couple different things. The first off was one that I don't really know how to translate it into, like, real world terms, I guess. Like, Hikaru killing the rabbits as rabbits to indirectly kill them. Like, what is that going for thematically there? Like, don't... Just because you do something indirectly, that doesn't mean you're not doing it, or something along those lines. The first thing I think of is like hiring a hitman. By hiring that hitman, you're effectively killing that person. And legally, that's true, right? Yeah, I know hiring a hitman's illegal, so it's gotta be. And then there's also just, you know, be prepared to face the consequences of your actions, which, you know, eye for an eye. It's a common theme, but still, I don't know, appreciable one, I guess. And he may have been going for something with evil intent there, but I'm not. He repeated that exact phrase a lot. Not sure exactly what it was. If someone wants to expand on that in the comments, feel free. That's one of the more interesting chapters so far. I liked it. It's definitely better than like 4 or 1. What's the tier list so far of the chapters? I put 2 at the highest. Like 3, I guess 2, 3, 5, 1, 4, probably. Like in the order of how much I like them. So like 2 the most, 4 the least. 4 I had like Sakutayo, but that's about it. Like it was. I mean, part of it is just it's so short. Didn't really have enough time to really, you know, do too much. Anyways, guys, so see you guys next time with some more Higanbana. I'm going to go record some Final Fantasy X. I'm hoping to finish that up soon. Because I'm like almost done with the game. So hopefully I can get that out of the way. And a Fate Grand Order event that apparently is like part of some of the best writing in the game is coming up. So I'll probably do that afterwards. Anyways, that's not important here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.